The grove whispered as a gentle breeze carried the scent of flowers. Disciples gathered under the shade of trees. Buddha, serene and composed, approached them with silent grace. His presence radiated a calming aura, quieting the restless minds around him. Ananda sat apart, his head bowed, his eyes clouded with doubt. "Master, I feel an unbearable sense of isolation," he said. Buddha nodded slowly, his silence more eloquent than any proclamation could ever be, carrying unspoken wisdom. "Suffering is like fire," he began, each word sculpting clarity from the fog of confusion enveloping my thoughts. The leaves above swayed, dappling sunlight on Buddha's face as he spoke. Within solitude lies the key to self-discovery. When the world seems distant, listen to your inner voice. It will guide you. His words sparked within me a realization half-formed, a picture painted but lacking the final stroke of truth. "But I seek joy, not suffering," I protested, struggling against the tides that sought to pull me deeper. Buddha looked towards the horizon where the sun touched the earth. "Ananda, do you fear the horizon because it appears unreachable? The horizon is both distant and ever-present. Much like solitude." The disciples around leaned closer, drawn to the depth of Buddha's wisdom. He turned to the group and gestured to the forest beyond. "Do you see the tree that stands alone? It seeks neither recognition nor comparison. Yet it thrives, unwavering, drawing strength from within. Then what of the chains of suffering that bind us? Can they not be broken?" I asked, my tone urgent. "They can," Buddha affirmed, his hands folding before him, "but only by understanding their nature and accepting their lessons. Solitude only consumes those who fight it. Embrace it, and you will find tranquility." Ananda lowered his gaze, deep in thought. Buddha continued, his tone calm yet profound. "The lotus blooms in still waters, untouched by the currents. Be like the lotus, and find peace in stillness." My breath caught at the profound weight of this statement, my spirit teetering between resistance and acceptance. What truth is hidden by our grip? I whispered, almost fearing the answer that might uproot my assumptions. "Ananda, the path is not meant to be walked with fear. It is walked with understanding and acceptance." The grove seemed to hold its breath as Buddha's words resonated. Ananda's face softened further, as if light had entered his being. "Master, how can I overcome the fear of being alone?" he asked. Buddha smiled gently, a reflection of boundless compassion. "By realizing you are never truly alone," he said. He gestured towards the disciples. "See the stars above? They seem solitary, scattered across the void, yet they are part of a vast, interconnected cosmos." The disciples nodded, the imagery striking a deep chord within them. Buddha's voice gained a subtle intensity. "Your thoughts, your breath, your awareness, they are your eternal companions. Solitude merely offers clarity to sense their presence." Ananda exhaled slowly, his shoulders relaxing as tension melted away. The grove seemed to echo the harmony of the moment. Buddha continued, "Do not fear the silence of solitude. Within it, you will hear the whispers of truth and wisdom." A soft murmur of understanding spread among the disciples. Buddha rose, his presence commanding yet serene. "Ananda," he said, "look within, not around. Solitude is not a void. It is a mirror reflecting your inner light." Ananda looked up, his eyes clearer than before, a glimmer of newfound courage within them. The sun dipped lower, painting the grove in golden hues. Buddha began to walk towards the path leading out of the grove. His voice, calm yet resonant, lingered in the air. "Walk the path, Ananda, not in fear, but in the understanding that solitude leads to self-mastery." Ananda rose, his heart lighter, his mind quieter. He watched as Buddha disappeared into the forest, leaving behind an indelible imprint of wisdom. As the grove regained its usual rustling sounds, Ananda turned towards the path he once feared. The disciples, inspired and silent, watched as Ananda took his first step. The path stretched ahead, shrouded in shadows yet inviting. Ananda took another step, his fears replaced by resolve. The silence of the grove felt comforting now, a balm to his once restless spirit. Each step brought him closer to understanding Buddha's teachings. The trees bore witness as Ananda walked deeper into the forest. The stars above began to emerge in the twilight. For the first time, solitude felt less like emptiness and more like presence. Ananda smiled faintly, the burden on his soul lightened. The forest embraced him, its silence rich with unspoken truths. Growth through suffering. How does one begin this journey? I inquired, my spirit eager yet apprehensive of the path ahead. Begin with acceptance. For resistance to suffering creates chains. Acceptance of suffering transforms chains into stepping stones, Buddha advised. Another day, another evening under the vast sky. As disciples gathered to hear Buddha's teachings, Ananda sat quietly, his heart calm yet curious. Buddha, radiant with wisdom, arrived at the assembly, his presence drawing minds toward reflection. Buddha gazed up at the sky, where stars began to emerge, shimmering against the darkness. Do you see the sky above? He asked. The disciples nodded, their eyes tracing the infinite expanse. Buddha gestured toward the emptiness between stars. This void is not emptiness, but a boundless space for creation and growth, Buddha said, his voice serene yet firm. Sujata, a devoted disciple, raised her hand hesitantly. Master, I struggle to embrace this void. It feels desolate, like being adrift without purpose. Buddha turned to Sujata, his gaze steady yet kind. The void is not purposeless. It holds infinite possibilities waiting to be discovered. His voice carried a profound resonance, calming Sujata's troubled spirit. He continued, within the void, your mind is free from burdens and expectations. It is a canvas for your soul. Sujata lowered her gaze, contemplating the vastness Buddha described. He pointed to the stars, their light unwavering in the night. Do the stars question the emptiness surrounding them? No, they shine, illuminating the darkness, giving purpose to the void. The disciples murmured softly, their thoughts stirred by Buddha's wisdom. Sujata looked up, her fear replaced by a flicker of understanding. But Master, she asked, how can one find peace in such vastness? Buddha smiled gently, his expression reflecting compassion. By flowing with it, like a river carving its path through the earth. The disciples watched as Buddha gestured toward the nearby stream. See how the river flows effortlessly, embracing the void between its banks. Sujata closed her eyes, visualizing the river Buddha described. Its waters calm yet purposeful. Within the void lies freedom. The freedom to grow, to create, and to discover your truest self, Buddha said. His words resonated deeply within the hearts of the disciples. The stars above seemed to shine brighter, as if affirming his wisdom. Sujata exhaled slowly, her tension easing, her mind opening to new possibilities. Buddha turned to the group, his voice steady and grounding. Do not fear the emptiness. Within it lies the space to understand your own being. The grove fell silent. The rustling leaves a quiet backdrop to the unfolding teachings. Buddha approached Sujata, his presence comforting yet empowering. Embrace the void, for it is where your spirit finds clarity and strength, he said. Sujata opened her eyes, her gaze steady and clear. Master, I think I understand now, she said, her voice soft but confident. Buddha nodded, his expression reflecting pride and humility. As the river flows, so shall you, carrying with you wisdom and purpose, Buddha said. The disciples observed Sujata, inspired by her transformation. Buddha turned towards the horizon, where twilight deepened into night. The void is not a barrier. It is an invitation to explore the infinite, Buddha said as he walked away. His steps were deliberate, his presence leaving a lasting impression on the grove. Sujata rose. Her heart lightened, her mind filled with quiet resolve. She stepped toward the path leading beyond the grove. The disciples followed silently, their spirits lifted by Buddha's teachings. The grove whispered with the rhythm of the stream and the murmur of leaves. The stars watched as Sujata took her first step. The path ahead, though shrouded in shadows, held the promise of discovery and growth. Sujata turned back briefly, her gaze lingering on the grove that had nurtured her spirit. With a faint smile, she stepped forward. The void was no longer desolate but alive with possibilities. The disciples reflected on Buddha's words as they prepared to embrace their own paths. Each step carried them closer to understanding. The grove, vast and silent, bore witness to their journey. Sujata walked deeper into the night, her spirit free, her purpose clear. The stars above shimmered, guiding her path. The void she once feared now felt welcoming, a space for her soul to thrive. The grove's silence enriched her thoughts, revealing truths hidden beneath the noise. She paused briefly, her heart steady, her mind calm. Buddha's teachings echoed in her being, a guiding light amidst the vast expanse. The disciples dispersed, their spirits renewed, their minds open to the promise of the void. The grove remained, a sacred space where wisdom unfolded. Another day ended, and a new journey began. Another day, another morning bathed in soft sunlight. As the disciples gathered by the river to seek Buddha's wisdom, Ananda sat at the edge, his gaze steady yet contemplative, reflecting on the teachings he had embraced. Buddha arrived, his steps light yet deliberate, as if carrying the essence of the morning's tranquility. He looked at the river, its waters shimmering under the sun's gentle caress. The river flows endlessly, yet it always arrives, Buddha began, his voice calm and grounding. The disciples turned their attention fully to him, their hearts eager to absorb his words. Ananda raised his hand, his voice steady but curious. Master, who walks with us when the path feels unbearably lonely? Buddha met Ananda's gaze with profound understanding. Ananda, the path may seem solitary, but you are accompanied by wisdom, memory, and your eternal essence. Buddha gestured to the river's reflection of the sky above. Do you see how the river mirrors the heavens? It carries within itself the presence of the infinite. Ananda nodded, his heart stirring with a new realization. Buddha continued, his tone steady and clear. You carry within you the teachings of every step you've taken, every lesson you've learned. Buddha said. Sujata, standing nearby, asked hesitantly, Master, but what if we cannot feel this presence within us? Buddha turned to her, his expression kind yet firm. Feeling is not the only way to know. Faith bridges the unseen and the unknown. The river's gentle flow seemed to harmonize with Buddha's words, creating a melody of understanding. He knelt by the riverbank, cupping his hands to scoop its cool water. This water touches your hands, yet it reflects the sky. Its presence connects you to the infinite. Sujata watched as the water slipped through Buddha's fingers, her doubts easing. Even in moments of doubt, remember that you are never truly alone. The eternal walks with you always, Buddha said. The disciples exchanged glances, their spirits lightened by the depth of his words. Ananda asked, Master, how can we be sure of this eternal presence? Buddha smiled gently, his gaze unwavering. Ananda, certainty lies not in proof but in trust. Trust is the bridge to wisdom. He rose, the river's reflection shimmering in his eyes. Each step you take carries the essence of every teacher who has guided you, every truth you have embraced. The grove seemed to hum with the resonance of his words. Buddha pointed to a tree by the riverbank, its roots deep and its branches wide. The tree grows because of the soil that nourishes it. the sunlight that sustains it, the air it breathes. He continued, just as the tree stands because of what nurtures it, you stand because of the wisdom that supports you. Ananda closed his eyes briefly, the weight of Buddha's teachings settling gently on his soul. Buddha's voice softened, yet remained firm. You are your own eternal companion. In every moment, you walk with the essence of your being. Sujata exhaled slowly, her spirit calmed by the realization. Even the shadows that fall on your path exist because of the light that creates them, Buddha said. The disciples remained silent, their hearts absorbing his words like parched earth drinking rain. Buddha stepped closer to Ananda, placing a hand over his heart. Here lies the essence of your eternal self, your guiding light. The river continued its flow, carrying Buddha's reflection alongside the disciples' renewed sense of self. Ananda bowed deeply, his voice soft but steady. Master, your words have illuminated the path ahead. I feel their presence within me now. Buddha smiled, his gaze reflecting infinite compassion. The disciples watched as Buddha turned toward the path leading out of the grove. Remember, every step carries wisdom. Walk not with fear, but with the awareness that you are never alone. The grove, bathed in the gentle morning light, seemed to echo Buddha's teachings. Ananda rose, his heart filled with courage, his mind clear. Sujata followed, her soul uplifted by the presence of truth within her. The disciples began their journeys, each carrying the essence of Buddha's wisdom in their hearts. The path ahead, though uncertain, held no fear for them now. They understood that the Eternal walked with them in every moment. The river flowed on, a timeless witness to their transformation, its waters carrying the promise of the infinite. The grove remained, a sacred space where truth unfolded and wisdom took root. Another day ended, and the journey continued. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.